Let me bring in our hypnotist, Marshall Silver.
It's Marshall Silver, ladies and gentlemen, the world's fastest hypnotist.
Hello there. Hey, it's me, Marshall Silver. And you can tell because the setup is different that we have a special show for you today. We have an exceptional show. We have a show that I'm excited about. The guest that I'm about to introduce to you is remarkable in every single way. Before I get to her, though, I want to get to some business. And the business is your business. What I'm looking at on my phone right now is we've only been testing the show for basically, this is our fourth day. So for 3 days, we've been testing the show. But what's been happening during this time is I've been giving away boatloads of cash, lots of cash. Let's see, who did I give money to? I gave $100 to Jim Richards. I gave $100 to Melissa Siegler, $100 to Lisa McCarthy, Brian Zuniga, Chase Lively, Dustin Bauer, Diane Higgins, Sean, Sarah Palamy, Katie Harden, Victoria Ziegler, Jarvis Hagan, Angela Young, Caitlin Creasy, Lutisha Luna, Hayden Hagan, David Davila, Aaron Carter, Joy Grace, and so much more. I got $100 left for you. And it's really simple. People are winning cash from me every single day. And it's not even a contest. They're not even winning cash. It's an ethical bribe. In the second hour of today's live show, we're live right now. In the second hour of today's live show, I am going to give every single person that calls in $100 just for calling in. But here's the cool part. When you go to MarshallSilverLive.com and you register for your free account, it will give you affiliate links. What is that? They're tracking links. So that when you tell people about Marshall Silver Live going on Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. till noon Pacific time, every single day during the week, when you tell people about the show and they watch the show and they call me, not only will your friends all get $100, but you'll also get 20 every single time. So if it were me and I wanted a little bit of extra spend in cash, you know what I'd be doing? Every single day I'd be posting with my affiliate link clips from this show. Or just go to your back office where your affiliate link is, and there's all sorts of assets that you can put posts up with your link inside of them, all about the show, so your friends can not only make some money, you can make some passive income. How cool will it be when you go to your Zelle account and you open up the account and there's an extra $200, $400 in there, and you don't even know where it came from because all your friends love Marshall Silver as much as you do. So it's a great day, and I don't want to spend a lot of time. Normally on the show, for the first portion of the program, I talk about events in the world. But today I wanted to do it a little bit differently because today I've got a guest that is remarkable. The woman I'm about to introduce to you is the author of two outstanding books, Twitter Revolution and The Secrets of Online Persuasion. Twitter Revolution was written before Twitter was really even a thing. And in the book, Deb predicts that Twitter is going to end up being one of the #1 political communication tools in the world. Well, as you can see, she was spot on. She also wrote the book, The Secrets of Online Persuasion. In The Secrets of Online Persuasion, she talks about online platforms because social media wasn't even here yet. Is she a witch? Is she a psychic? Is she telepathic? I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. She's remarkable. I love her very, very much. To give you an idea of the woman that is here today to talk all about AI and the fact that it's taking over the world, my friend Deb Cole. But to let you know a little more about her, watch this audacious video she just posted that blows my mind. And we want to know more details about it. Take a look.
Vertical video that people watch on their commute to work, on their iPhone, in bed, whatever, taking their breaks. Yep. But we were able to produce, check this out, 420 pieces in a week.
Incredible.
Not produced it, but publishing it all over social. So I'm literally the Roy Kent of content marketing for my podcast. Oh, hello.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the show my great friend and remarkable human being, AI expert, and so much more, Deb Cole.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Oh, I love
Always
being on the
great to
show.
see you.
Always good to see you.
So, we're testing this week on Marshall Silver Live. We're giving away cash while we're testing. Tons of cash. But we're testing. And so you're the first guest that I've had on the show since we started testing.
I'm honored. I love it.
You were the first person I thought about. And, I was watching the video. 420.
Yep. A week.
A week.
A week.
That's insane.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. People stress, and I know I do at least, stress all over creating one piece of content in a day.
100%. Yes.
Let alone 60 in a day. That's insane.
It's like what we've got for clients, it's every hour on the hour or every 2 hours, something's being posted. And it's going all over their social channels. So if they're on Twitter, if they're on TikTok, if they're on Instagram, you're being seen everywhere. So I like to think of the Ted Lasso show where Roy Kent was a soccer player or footballer, and he was here, there, and every friggin' where, and that's what you want to be right now.
You said friggin'.
Every friggin'
So you're controlling your tongue.
I revised his chant.
So for the record, you don't have to control your tongue on my show because Lord knows I'll drop an F-bomb when it's appropriate, and you're allowed to as well.
Thank you.
So back to the content, though, thing, most people, there's a deluge. Of content that we all, have to deal with on a regular basis. And so people get stuck in doom scrolling and all the nonsense that we all as human beings do. But the idea of taking good content, like what you produce or like what we produce here on the show, and being able to chop it up into digestible segments. Yes. Now, before we get into all the implications of AI and the stuff that I really want to talk about, one of the things that I've noticed about AI and clipping services, Opus or any of the clipping software or platforms that you use, is at least in the beginning, it wasn't good.
Not at all.
It would just grab a piece of the video and then play the video back, and it was out of context, not interesting.
Your head might be over here.
Yeah.
You only see the hand in the video.
Yes.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It's bad.
It was. Yep.
So is it better now? If I put out 420 pieces of content a day, which, by the way, that was from an hour of recording, correct?
That's right.
So you took an hour of recording and were able to create 420 pieces of content that you could post on all platforms.
Yes.
How in the world do you do that? How in the world, number one, are you using Opus?
Yeah, I'm using Opus, StreamYard, Descript. Those are the three of my favorite. And Opus used to be shite. It was not good, like you said.
There you go again. You have so much control.
So here's my philosophy with everything ever since writing these books. You start in the beginning, even when it's not great and it's not perfect, because you're able to, I've been a beta tester for a lot of software, and you're able to give feedback. So on every video that I'm like, you didn't track my head, like you cut us off, and we would be able to report it. So with all of the reporting and with working with these software companies, they've perfected it because we're training an AI agent, not a human. So an AI agent remembers, programs it, and never makes the mistake again. So that's what's beautiful about it. And now I would say, and what's nice about Opus, it ranks the content and it creates your headline and it creates the description. So you're not responsible for writing.
Does it create thumbnails?
It will create a thumbnail, but we have other AI agents to do the thumbnails for YouTube because it's a very specific ingredient and formula that we want. But we have an AI agent for that as well.
So let's start. Let's start there.
Okay.
I'm level 63.
Okay.
And of course, anybody at any level has an awareness and even a comfort level, I think, with technology.
Yeah.
And I think that, back in the day when the internet was first born, actually, let me go forward a little bit. The internet's born. Everything's going well. I love my mother so much. My mother loved playing solitaire on her computer.
Oh, yeah.
And so I got my mother a nice iMac with a great big screen and a, nice computer. But I got her the iMac and I set it up on her desk, and she was so excited because she could see the cards better now, and it was so much better. But then I said, the best part, Mom? The best part is that there's a camera built right into this screen. So if you want to call me up and have a conversation with me, anytime you want to do that, you can do that. You know what she said? Get it out of my house.
Oh.
Get that spy device out of my house.
Oh, so many people say that.
Because she knows, which they're not totally wrong,
by the way. Not wrong at all.
She knows that I have cameras everywhere in all of my properties.
Yes.
And so she thought that I got her a computer with a camera on it so that I could spy on her. I said, no, Mom, that's not how it works. You've got to actually pick up the phone for me to be able to see you. Just like a regular phone, you got to pick up the call before I can see you. She wasn't satisfied. We go to lunch, and we go to lunch with a friend of mine. And at lunch with the friend of mine, my friend says, hey, Virginia, did you know that I can fix that for you so Marshall can't spy on you? And when we get back, I'll do that. She said, well, yeah, if you can fix it so he can't spy, that'd be great. So we came back, and what did he do?
You got a Post-it note.
No, he just took a piece of cardboard, took a little piece of duct taped it to the top, and said, Virginia, there's the camera. When it's flipped over, Marshall can't see you.
There you go.
And when you flip it up, he can see you.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to talk to him, just keep it covered up. He can't even call you.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick it up. He'll never be able to see you.
And then start using it.
Well, you know what? I use that.
Oh, 100%.
I use that today.
I use a Post-it note.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to cover up your camera. Otherwise, you're being spied on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So technology obviously grows. And I think right now, most people don't realize, just like we didn't realize you did early on, that the internet and these social platforms, they're here to stay. They're a part of our life. They're not going anywhere.
No. And so is AI.
Yes, AI more than anything. AI, in my prediction, is going to end up being bigger than the internet.
100%.
It's going to be bigger than any technology we've ever experienced because technology begets technology.
And you have 1 year.
Yes.
We have 1 year to learn it and dominate it. Otherwise, you are going to be decades behind.
Absolutely.
That's my prediction.
You're going to be a person in 1 year that if you don't learn AI now, it's going to be like you sitting down to a computer and saying, what is this thing?
Yeah. How do I type?
Yeah. What is this thing? How do I type? Where's the whiteout?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so because people don't, a lot of people from my level and beyond, and even some people at lower levels, they don't understand it. So you said something. You said an AI agent.
Yes.
And I want to start with that in our conversation on AI so that people understand that AI isn't an app on your phone. And if you think of it that way, you're never going to figure it out. What AI is to put it into perspective, an agent. It's a being. It's I don't want to call it a person, although thinking about it that way would make it easier for people to understand.
Yeah, like an employee.
Yes. So you even said, I said something about Opus and this or that, and you said, well, for the thumbnails, there's a better agent for that. You didn't say there's a better software or there's a better platform.
Right.
You said there's a better agent for that.
Right.
And I think the biggest challenge right now in AI is to get people to understand what it is.
Yes.
I mean, we all get it, and unfortunately, and you'll back me up on this, most people use AI, ChatGPT, like Google right now.
Yes.
They use it like a search engine. They're not actually using it like an employee. So that'd be like me yelling across the room to my producer, hey, Sterling, go find this out.
Right.
Rather than saying, hey, Sterling, create the thumbnails, chop this piece of content up into 420 pieces, put it on every single social media platform, and all the other things that it can do so easily.
Right. Right.
So what's the first thing that you would tell? Let's imagine that I'm 65. I got no clue about what AI is. You want to explain it to me in a way that I won't be afraid of it and that I'll actually be excited about using it, like I might be excited about using my iPhone or using the internet.
Yes.
Give me the explanation of a novice to excite me about using AI.
So I'm level 55, even though I pretend like I'm level 14 or
yeah, you look
15
like you're level
sometimes.
21. So.
Thank you. So, and what's interesting is you talked about whiteout. Like I've been around since typewriters, and we had to use whiteout. And
you look good.
Thank you. It's one of the thank you. It's one of those things that I.
Sterling's over there going, "What's a typewriter?"
Yeah, 100%. Right. And when we were learning typewriters, word processors were coming out.
Yes.
Not even computers. So
right.
I didn't grow up with computers at all. So that's a first to think about. Like they're scary, anything when it first comes out, but when the typewriter came out, I was forced by my teacher to use whiteout, even though I was like, I raised my hand. I'm like, but word processors do this for you. The word processor will delete the word. Why would we still use whiteout? It seemed very archaic to me, right? It's kind of like a stove. So if we want to think about AI, it's like a stove, and we turn the knob on, and there's fire.
Right.
But back in the day, I've been watching a lot of Survivor. We had to like make fire with like 2 pieces of wood and just rub it really fast, and finally you'd get it, and then you'd have to put a lot of sticks or a lot of money or whatever in it to create it and burn it, right? But right now, people who are afraid of AI because it seems so scary, they're just not using the stove.
Yes.
That's how I would use it as an analogy.
So where do we begin then?
To,
where do we begin?
And the other thing too you talked about is GPT and some of the AI places that we're going for our answers. That's a big thing for business owners and anybody in whether they have a job or not to pay attention to, because we want to do things very differently, and that's why we want all this content, because in the future, and when I say future, next year, Google search will be a thing of the past. Everyone will be going to the answer engines, and you want to be like, remember Highlander back in the day? There could be only one.
Right.
You want to be the answer served up to these answer engines. So I would start with just starting to talk to GPT. So GPT.
So right there,
is
that all
great.
by itself was a good distinction.
Yeah.
Not a search engine anymore.
No.
I'm looking for an answer.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer engine, because that's one of the distinctions about AI versus just general search,
Yes.
is most people don't realize general search is biased. Google is
100%.
biased.
100%.
Any of those platforms other than like DuckDuckGo, they're biased.
Yep.
And they're massively left-leaning, extremely liberally minded. And so's chat at this point.
Yes.
So's most chat GPT and AI and some of the stuff they come up with. My jaw drops when I see it.
And sometimes they won't give you an answer.
Right.
They're programmed to not give you an answer
Right.
to certain questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're programmed in that bias.
Correct.
So you didn't call it a search engine. You called it an answer engine. I'm looking for answers.
Answers. Right.
So, again, take me one step further. Okay. I'm a novice.
Okay.
I'm maybe even a little bit frightened of technology. Don't know where to start. I'm my mother worrying about her son spying on her. Where do I start using it? In my business, what's the first place I want to start applying AI?
So if I were a business owner, the first place is I would start answering everywhere you can. So for instance, Reddit. So you were mentioning some of these places. You go on Reddit, and all Reddit is a forum like Yelp, and people rate things, complain about things, say things, but it's the number one place that these answer engines are finding because they feel it's real people with real opinions and real experiences talking about real businesses. It's not manipulated, it's not skewed. Now,
so in theory, it's like Wikipedia.
Yes.
In theory.
A lot like Wikipedia.
But like
and Yelp.
Wikipedia, it's biased.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously biased by the morons that have more than enough time to spend all day online.
Yeah. So I would start on Reddit and start having conversations about your business on Reddit. And I would start dominating the answers and the questions. So I would start asking questions about my company on Reddit, and then I would answer them.
Would you answer them in an avatar? Would you have another personality or performer answer it?
You could.
You give yourself your own ratings.
Yes. So a lot of people are doing that. They're getting robots and they're answering all of these places and referring them over to your company. So that's a hack.
Yeah.
That's a hack. So and people should be aware of that so that it will be biased, but who's controlling it?
You're controlling it, right?
Right. So if you can control the media, and that's all social media is, it's media.
It's narrative.
That's not being controlled by big dinosaur legacy media anymore. That's why I wrote that book about Twitter, because it was finally a way that the everyday person or the celebrity that had to hire a PR company for $100,000 just to manage their reputation, now they could answer the gossip, answer the rumors right from their phone online. So even Twitter is a nice place to start, or Truth Social. So again, if you're looking at liberal versus bias, or liberal versus conservative bias, Truth Social would be on the more conservative side. But ever since Elon bought Twitter, it's been changing.
Right.
It's been changing.
And it's a dinosaur. It had to move slow.
Yeah.
You know, as you know, I had a Twitter account with 155,000 followers. And I woke up one day back in 1922.
Yeah.
In the middle of the Biden administration or the pseudo-Biden administration, and they're all gone. Woke up one day and there's not a single follower in my entire account. I'm going, where did 155,000 people go?
Yes.
They just cleared it out.
Yeah, and so they've canceled again by they are now the almighty. So we used to look at Twitter and social media, and back in the day, MySpace, again, that's how old I am, is that was the revolutionary way of citizen journalism, going out and exposing things or just reporting, whether it was an earthquake happening overseas or wherever it was. Like, we were the first to report it because CNN and Fox News and ESPN and even the Weather Channel couldn't keep up as quick because of the technology. So that's what you want to think about. Our phone is fast, immediate technology that we can get the word out about things. So it was called citizen journalism.
Right.
And we're seeing that now, even if you remember the guy
Nick Shirley,
who's been exposing the scam happening in Minneapolis.
Was it like 100 million
Minnesota?
views or something insane?
Yeah. So all he is a citizen journalist. He's going out there and reporting things.
Well,
that's
and I
it.
think that's a good place
and
to
that's
start.
What we can do by the way, that's what we could do as businesses, right? As a business owner, we get to report and control the narrative of our business. That's why I'm excited about it.
Good.
Yeah.
So how do I start? I'm a business.
Yep.
My business. I'm in the seminar business. I'm in the broadcast business. Where do I start with AI? Because I think that's the biggest challenge. It can almost be overwhelming.
Yes.
I download Chat GPT, and I think, I'm using AI now. I'm not using AI. I'm just using a different form of Google.
You know, actually, a great way to start is let's start with GPT, because you could download it on the phone just like in any other app and start talking to it, literally not even typing. So that's another nice thing. You just hit your microphone, you start talking to it, and ask it where to start. So this is where, by the way, consultants are another industry that's going to go on the back burner.
Right.
Because now we get...
Nobody's going to need it.
And they're so good. I'm using it now as my consultant for a lot of different things. I'm using it for therapy when I'm frustrated or stressed. I'm like, how do I deal with this person who has this issue? Well, they have this issue because X, Y, Z. So people are starting to use it for therapy. So just start talking to it and think of it like your friend that's super smart.
Yeah,
that has access to everything.
Yeah, it may be smart, but will it pay you $100?
No, that's what Marshall's here for.
So
I would start talking to it and just start asking questions. And then I would say, where should I start? I'm a beginner. And then give them your background. I'm at level 55. I'm afraid of technology, but I'm a business owner and I want to start somewhere. Personally, I would have a YouTube channel. It's the best way for you to have a television channel, just kind of like what you're doing here. You have a television show, even though you're using new media and streaming, right? So it's the same thing, but now everyone can have a television show in their pocket, even as a small business owner. So I would start at YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook. I would just get on the socials and then start asking ChatGPT on your phone. And by the way, it's free. You do not need a paid account anymore. And just start talking to it and asking and having it guide you. And by the way, you give it a role. So that's when we say AI agents, you say, okay, your role is my consultant in social media marketing.
Right. You're my PR firm.
You're my PR firm.
You're my marketing director.
Yep. So you always want to give it a title.
So let's talk about that since you jumped into that. And I want to point out two real quick things. Of all the social media platforms that you can be on, if you're on a social media platform with the intention of monetizing, YouTube is a far and above.
100%.
The far and above. I mean, not even close as far as what it pays out for engagement that you get there. So YouTube is definitely the best place for people that want to monetize their content.
100%. And did you know, interestingly enough, YouTube is a better place and platform and is getting more views as a podcaster. So podcasters are getting more views on their channel than Spotify and Apple combined. And those were the original... Like everyone thinks, oh, Apple, you got to get on Apple, you got to on iTunes. They always thought those were like the giants. They're not anymore. YouTube is dominating and they're only growing in rapid pace. So YouTube, yeah, 100%.
And then the other thing is not only is YouTube the best place to monetize content, one of the other things is that we need to figure out what challenge we're solving for our customers. On this show in particular, when I was talking about putting the show together and we're going to do this promotion, I'm a carny. I like Carnival.
Yes.
And I was talking to my son, the producer of this show, Sterling Silver, and I said, what do Mr. Beast, Now You See Me movies, and most major promotions have in common? And I said, they give away money. They give away money.
Yep.
It's the base appeal.
Yes.
At the end of the day, every Trump hater in the world, the moment he eliminates the IRS and you're not paying any more federal taxes, many, if not all, people are going to love Trump again because money is the base. It is the energy of what drives us and makes our lives either substantially easier or substantially harder. So back to AI, Reddit, Chat GPT, but I want to get on Reddit. I want to get on YouTube. I want to get on Twitter, and I want to get on Facebook.
Also, again, and I know this is controversial, TikTok and Instagram, and do short form video, short form content. Right. So the 420 pieces, by the way, a lot of it. So original, like there's original content as a base, and then it's broadcast in all of the different forms.
So if you have 10 different channels, it's 42 pieces of content on those 10 different channels.
Times 10.
Times 10. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And again, I resisted TikTok in the beginning. By the way, I resisted Twitter. The first chapter, if you read it, I'm in the Singapore airport and a CNN
And what year did you write the book?
2008 was Twitter. This was 2006. So literally 20 years ago, this one was written.
So that's hilarious.
Yeah.
In 2008, I was sitting at my dining room table, and one of my associates was sitting there at the table with me, and he said, have you seen this thing called Twitter? And I said, what is it? He said, you can put 144 characters into a post and put it online.
stupid.
That's exactly what I said. I said, what a stupid idea.
Yep.
What if I have 145 characters?
Yes.
Why in the world would they limit me to 144 characters? Makes no sense.
And now it's double, by the way. But I said the same thing. I said it was silly. I was silly. But also, if you think about the context that we were getting it described. So I think that's the other thing.
Yes.
Is the framing. That's what I like about your show is we're framing these social sites in a different way because these people are at level 65, level 75. I have clients that are in level 85 and they're framed by what? Dinosaur legacy media. So
Yep.
I was watching it from a CNN reporter who, by the way, if you really got it, you got that you were afraid that your job was on the line because anybody now could report what
Yes.
she was reporting. And it's like, oh, it's just a silly site. This is how it was described, where kids are posting pictures of what they ate, their cereal this morning.
Right.
And I said in the book, literally, I exposed myself as being anti-Twitter. I'm like, this is stupid. It's silly. I'm not going to do that because of the framing of how it was presented to me. But then when I started looking at it and I investigated, so that would be my other, say, challenge or question for anybody watching this is if you're resistant to something at first, dig a little deeper, just do a little bit more research.
That
If
which
you're
we experience
resistant-
fully vanishes.
Yeah.
We stop being afraid of it.
Yeah. So if you're resistant to it, and that's been my mantra my whole life. If I'm resistant to it at first, I better explore further. And that goes from anything politically that comes in front of me. I'm like, well, let me look at another side, another approach. So I started looking into it and digging into it. And then my mind started going, oh my gosh, this is literally how we can communicate with the world. And at the time I was living in Hawaii, the most remote island chain in the world. And I was isolated. I was isolated by just having good conversations. So I was able to communicate with people in Silicon Valley. And at the time I had a software. And where else or how else could I have met all of these people in Silicon Valley unless I flew over there, spent a lot of money, went to a conference. Instead, I had access to the top minds. And still the Robert Scoble, he's the one who wrote the foreword to it. He was busy in tech and he was an early adopter to everything from Tesla to I don't know much of a multimillionaire, but he was there and I was able to tap into his mind and his insight. And then he was able to guide me and teach me simply because we were friends on Twitter. So just explore a little bit further in some of these apps, including TikTok. Because again, you might be resistant with TikTok too, just like I was resistant to Twitter. But anything tweens are doing, and I'm not a witch, I'm not a psychic, but if you want to think about what is going to be popular in the future, look at what your teenager or your teenager is doing because we follow it in mass trends. Adults and businesses follow it. So
Yes.
if you follow what your teenagers do, you'll have a 2 to 3 year advantage in business.
Please do not give so much power to my children. Don't do that.
By the
'Cause-
way, Sterling, when you said you asked him something about, what I would say for my advice to Sterling, I would always go on to ChatGPT and find the answer and then give it to your dad. And
Yeah.
he's going to be genius giving you strategy.
Yeah, but my challenge is the answer will be 6, 7.
6,
I don't
7.
know. So back to something else, though. The other half
Okay.
of what you were talking about is, yes, YouTube, number one platform.
Yep.
But the other thing that you said that's really important is that terrestrial, you called it legacy media,
Yep.
is done.
Dinosaur.
It's not coming back.
They're dinosaurs.
They are dinosaurs. They don't know that they're done.
Done.
And they don't realize that the majority of the population isn't consuming their 11 o'clock news report.
Yeah,
they're
all-
not watching
they're all going
the overnight, Jimmy Kimmel, for God's sake. They're not watching the late
not.
night TV shows anymore.
They're
They're
not.
watching clips.
They're watching clips and they're watching YouTube.
Yes.
That's where they're getting their entertainment, by the way.
And they're getting it in places like this.
Yes.
They're getting it in places where they can have a definition of purpose. They don't have to take the slop.
And a conversation.
Yes.
They can talk to you, Marshall.
Well, you see, I think
Silver.
that's the piece that's missing.
Yeah.
So I want to get to there eventually. And then the place I want to get to is, what does all this mean? And I believe what all this means, and this is the reason I was talking about the annihilation of society with AI, is I do think it's the annihilation of society as we know it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that with every death comes a rebirth, a phoenix moment.
Yes.
And I think the phoenix moment, as I was on a board that we were talking about trends and where are things going and what do people want going forward. And I think the more and more we see technology, AI, or even social media platforms, or even, doom scrolling on a device, the more we see that kind of stuff going on, the more we will still long for this.
Yes.
The more we'll still want to be together in
Yes,
person
100%.
and press flesh on flesh, shake hands, give hugs. I think that's why churches are booming right now.
Oh, massive.
I think that's why, COVID shut everything down and we all went inward.
Yep.
And we all bought bigger flat screen TVs and we all bought, better recliners, and we all started using Uber Eats on a regular basis rather than going out.
Yeah.
Because we had to.
I think we have the same couch recliner. It's like the zero gravity. It's fantastic.
Could be. I love it.
We
With the
probably all bought it in
massager,
2020.
little heat pad in the
Awesome.
bag there, good stuff.
Best couch ever, but you got to get off it if you want to make money.
Right,
Yeah.
because Costco ran out.
That's right.
But here, the final thing, though, is
Yeah.
I think with that pendulum swing, cinemas all shut down. Malls
Yeah.
can't compete anymore because now most malls are ghetto.
They're now entertainment centers or
They have to
places
be.
where people go to eat and socialize.
They have to be.
Yes.
And the reason that movie theaters, cinema, will never recover from pre-COVID is during COVID, like I said, everybody bought a bigger flat screen, a better recliner, but they also changed the way they consume that level of content, movies specifically.
Yeah.
And so if I know that I can wait 2 weeks to get
Yeah.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't
Yeah.
on the stream rather
Yes.
than go to the movie theater. At the movie theater, I got to pay a ticket for everybody, so it's
Yep.
more expensive. I've got to go on their clock.
Yep. You can't hit pause.
No, I can't hit
when
pause
you
if I have
gotta-
to pee.
You got to pee.
Right? I have to deal with morons around me that might
Mhm.
be on their devices or talking loud or throwing popcorns or
Yeah.
smoking dope, whatever it is. and then the food that I eat is high priced, not
Yes.
necessarily what I want. Whereas if I could just
healthy.
walk over to my kitchen and get exactly what I wanted at cheap,
Yep.
that's what I would do.
Healthy, cheap, the whole family even if you bought it and you didn't want to wait the 2 weeks, which by the way, it's remarkable that I'm like, wait, I'll just wait for it because it'll stream on HBO next
Right.
month. I can wait.
Right.
Delayed gratification, by the way, is a secret of the wealthy.
Without
You-
a doubt.
You just wait. But it's either free or $20, the whole family and friends can watch the same movie. And I love the fact that, and this is why I think social media is also very popular. I have control of it. I can hit pause when I want to go make myself a sandwich or go to the bathroom and come back and I don't miss a thing. Right. So yes, it's habits and consumer behavior. By the way, the other thing too with TikTok and YouTube and all these things that we're consuming, if you think about traditional television watching, right? We're just a television show, not a movie. We were bombarded with commercials
Right.
that they were forcing us to watch, as opposed to now we get targeted.
Right.
So if we're typing for something, we're going to get targeted with ads, but we can also skip it or change it. So this is why I believe you as a business owner should be on YouTube and be not just a consumer of media, but a contributor, a creator, because now you can have a television show where people are buying from you. If you're TikTok, again, there's TikTok Shop. Did you know that more people are buying when they're on TikTok than any other platform right now?
Isn't that wild?
It's becoming like the home shopping network.
It is the home shopping network
Yep.
for online.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, if you had told me back, my infomercial came out in 1994, right in the heart of where the Home Shopping Network
Yes.
and QVC and all those were born.
Yeah.
And if somebody had told me I'm going to sit at home and I'm going to watch shopping channels to see if I can buy something,
Yeah.
I'd have said, that's nuts.
Yes. And
Never
that's
going to
what they're
happen.
doing. Yeah.
But that's where we are now,
That's right.
is that everybody wants the ease of delivery.
Yep.
But we still, I think, want the conversation.
Oh, 100%.
And that's, again, what this show's all about. Not just about our conversation,
Yeah.
but about this
They
conversation,
can
too.
talk to you.
Being able to
Absolutely.
talk to the general public, get instantaneous feedback.
Yes.
And that's the piece that's missing
Yes.
from mainstream media.
Yes.
My belief is the only thing that's holding up terrestrial or what you called legacy media, the only thing holding it up is deep state. The only thing holding it up is deep pockets and the fact that mainstream media is completely bought and paid for because of the rescission of Smith-Mundt by Obama back in, 2011, when he got rid of all the laws regarding propaganda. That's when I think people really started moving away from terrestrial media. I don't think they knew it right away.
Right.
I think that a lot of people still don't know that all the stuff you see on MSNBC and CNN and most channels, including Fox, is just complete BS.
And here's why. And this is what most people don't realize is CNN and Fox are entertainment channels.
Right.
They are not news channels. People think they're watching their news.
Well,
They
there's
are
no
not.
news channels anymore.
No,
There are none.
There aren't.
No, there's no legitimate place to go get
Yeah.
news. Why?
Yeah.
Because the money.
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
Yeah.
And if I am doing a broadcast, and by the way, this is the point that I was making in all of this, is that I have a 3E philosophy.
Yes.
Entertain is first.
Yep.
And the reason you entertain is if you don't have a hook,
Yep.
they're not watching you.
Yep.
I'm fully aware, and I know you're fully aware when you do podcasts or interview, or you got your own show that I was on called AI and Chill.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, you want to check it out, search out AI and Chill. You're going to love it. Good content.
It's on
And the
YouTube.
first episode, best episode ever.
Because this guy was
It's
on
me.
it.
But the thing is if you don't entertain, if you don't hook people in,
Yeah.
they're not watching.
Yep.
So that's why the angle of AI to better make your thumbnails, to better make your descriptions and your
Yep.
headlines, and all the things that stop people from doom scrolling Now you have a way to be able to do that without you having to put your thought or your judgment into it.
That's right.
You've got algorithms that have seen
Proven.
a billion times
literally.
which headline pulled, which thumbnail actually got somebody to stop and click it.
Yep.
But
and the puck is constantly moving.
Yes.
And it's tracking it. Oh, now the trend is this type of thumbnail. So by minute, when you're using, say, ChatGPT to do your thumbnails, it's getting minute-to-minute information. You're not getting R&D, research and development from months ago or even last month. It doesn't matter. So that's an important distinction too.
Well, and that knowledge that it's changing moment by moment, you couldn't keep up.
No.
You could never keep up.
No.
And so you could never adapt the way that you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Traditional media, mainstream media, legacy media is out the door. And the only thing it's got holding on for it is the money coming in from deep state, all those dollars that are being designed to bend your mind. But even that's going away. And that's all going, again, I can either advertise, if they would let me, on Meta, or I can take the money that I was going to use as advertising, roughly $600 a day, and I can just give that $600 to you, my end user.
Yes.
So I think that's part of what's going to end up happening with everything.
Yes.
That AI is eliminating the middlemen.
100%.
That AI is getting rid of my PR firm.
Yep.
AI is getting rid of my marketing director. AI eventually will get rid of my salespeople because, we're watching these clones. They're so good.
So good.
They're so good, it's scary.
Very.
And
the voice clones.
All of it.
There are AI agents now that are salespeople selling into your program.
Yes.
And it has the inflection and everything. It is freaky. It is freaky, but it's happening.
Well, and it's happening right now. So AI is getting rid of the middleman.
Yep.
So if you are thinking, I just did a consultation last night for some clients up in Canada, and they own a landscaping company. And they were saying, we need to hire this person and that person and this person. And I said, first of all, let's take a look at the tasks you actually want to hire for. You want a collections person. You have roughly 60 accounts. Only 20 ever need a phone call to be reminded, could you please pay the invoice? But they need to be called every single month. So you don't need a full-time person. At the very least, you need a VA. A person that you pay $50 for every $1,000 they collect for you. That's what you need. But short of that, an AI agent, even better. Just gives them a call and says, hey, just wanted to call you, say, hey,
reminder.
checking in. And, maybe you overlooked it. When can we expect payment? That's all it's got to say. And the AI agent will actually have no emotions in it. One of the partners in the business, the wife was saying, I hate doing those collection calls. I said, of course, you're a human being. Nobody likes collection calls.
No.
And I said, but if you have a VA doing it, they're not emotionally attached. They could care less.
If you get the money or not, they're just doing their job, punching the clock.
And they only get paid when they collect the money.
Yeah.
So all they care about is collecting the money.
Yeah.
And it's not like a regular collections job where you're trying to collect from people that don't have money. These are people that have money. They just overlooked your invoice or they're lazy. So back to the AI clone idea, because that's where we are right now. And most people aren't paying attention. My concern about deep fakes specifically is you can't tell anymore.
No.
You just can't tell. I watched a movie called The Running Man. Have you seen the remake?
No.
So the remake is interesting. And why the remake is interesting is it's the same concept of the original movie, that people are, trying to not get killed for a period of time, and if they don't get killed, they'll make money. But one of the things that they added into the remake and the redo of the script is that they're posting videos supposedly from one of the running men, and the video is a deep fake. And so he's saying all these things to drive people against him. So the people that are creating the deep fakes want people hating this running man, so they'll kill him. So they don't have to pay out. And, obviously that's where we are. But that's also in this time of the Hillary Clintons of the world and the people that have committed great crimes, that we're going to start seeing video that they're going to be able to claim are deep fakes when they're not.
Yes.
And so tell me a little bit about that. And then I want to talk about the usefulness of AI clones. But tell me, how do we as consumers watch something and know whether it's a deep fake, whether it's fake AI clone or not? How can we tell?
You can't, unfortunately. And that's where discernment is going to be involved. Everything you see, I feel you don't trust it. Remember, we were told, like, oh, you can't believe everything you read. Well, now you can't believe everything you see.
Right.
And by the way, deep fake, this was 7 or 8 years ago. We were talking about this in Mastermind because it was coming out, and it was coming out strong. And our prediction was, wow, this is going to be the last human election because we're going to see all these deep fakes. I was quite frankly shocked that there weren't more deep fakes that were politically paid for. I was shocked in the past election because they should have been. The technology is there. If you go to the app called Sora 2, people are creating these 9-second funny deep fakes, and people are like, oh, this is funny, this is happening. I'm like, that's not real, it's fake. For Sora, at least there's a little watermark that says Sora or S. So in that case, just look for it, because guaranteed probably 1 out of 2 videos that you're seeing that's stopping the scroll. In other words, you're like, oh, I have to see this because there's something usually horrible, somebody being chased, or a lot
Some
of them
weird
are,
circumstance.
Yeah, a lot of them are going up to people's doorbells and say, oh, look what happened at this doorbell. And you
A
think
pattern
it's
interrupt.
Ring. Yeah, it's a pattern
So
interrupt.
the package snatches.
Yeah.
Where
And you
people are
think it's a
exploding
ring.
packages.
Yeah, and you think it's a Ring camera capturing, and it's completely fake. So, just know that, again, look for the emblem. But otherwise, I believe there will be, and there are this now, but I think there will be readily available to the consumer, apps that will be able to say this was created by AI, because there is what's called metadata behind it. So every picture you take, there's metadata. It says where, especially if GPS, where you've taken this. So this is where, when I travel around the world, I'm like, oh, where was that restaurant when we were the last time in Singapore? And I look through my scroll, I go to that month, and I'm like, oh, it was here, and it was there, this place in Singapore, because it gives you all that metadata.
Right.
So the same thing when videos are created by AI, it knows. So that's why some of the Facebook and other social media sites are taking down AI-generated content, especially if it's generated to skew minds.
The algorithms, right.
Yes. And they're even taking some things down that they shouldn't, but they think it's going to skew elections.
Well, yeah, again, I put up
Innocuous something.
a content post.
Yeah.
It wasn't an ad. I put up a
remember this.
content post,
Yeah.
and they said the Meta AI,
Violates
says
community
this is a
guidelines.
scam.
Yeah.
This is a scam. Nobody gives away money just for calling in. Isn't that funny?
You're like, it's true.
No,
And that's when you said your wife was pregnant. And I was like, is she? Is she?
No, exactly. I was just
Yes.
more misinformation. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
going to say the truth is misinformation, then misinformation is the truth.
Yes.
So again,
Yes.
back to that idea that
Yeah.
yes, it's being regulated
Yes.
to a degree.
Yes.
But I really want to stay on the idea that the number one broadcasters in the world aren't on NBC or CBS or ABC. It's
on
Joe
YouTube.
Rogan. They're
yeah.
on YouTube.
100%.
They're Mr. Beast.
Yes.
They're people that are doing the very thing that we're doing right here, and that is creating their own content,
That's right.
making it compelling, making it something that people would actually want to watch and listen to, but then bringing that to them
Yep.
in a digestible form.
Yep.
And that's the piece
Yep.
that, again, even if I watch the news, which I haven't watched the news in decades. I don't remember the last time I watched the news. Maybe around election time I might have watched a couple of news pieces. But I get all my information, as most people do, from my device.
Yep.
But I don't get it in long-form content.
Short form.
It's in short form.
100%.
But here's what I also think, and that's why we're doing this show live and why I wanted you here, is that, in this environment, chaos reigns. In a live environment, you never know what's going to go on.
Yes.
You might drop a C word or an F bomb or whatever it is you do.
Yep.
But that's
Yep.
what I think
Yep.
is the piece that's going to make everything still appealing to us, is the imperfection.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
if you're watching the broadcast right now and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm not good on camera, or
Yeah.
what would I say, or, what could I, you don't have to do that anymore.
That's right.
You're covered.
Yep.
But what's not covered is creativity. That's the one thing, is that chat and any AI platform, it's the one piece that I don't think people are really paying attention to. It's not creative.
Yeah.
There's no creative aspect. It can't be creative. That's a human element. It can put random things together,
Right.
but that's not really creativity.
Yeah, yeah.
Creativity is inception.
Yeah.
Creativity is an original thought
Yeah.
or original, elements. That's not what AI is.
Not yet.
AI, not yet.
Not yet.
Right, and it will. Of
Yeah.
course it will, because everything evolves.
Yes. Yes.
Success begets success. Technology begets technology.
Yeah. And that's where I feel the human element is the most attractive, and we still want to, propagate humans. So there was, I'm trying to think of it was Elon Musk's biography that was written, right? He followed Elon
By
around.
Isaacson.
And yes, Isaacson. And there was one point where he stops being friends because he's all talking about the human race. And they're like, oh, you're a humanist. And he goes, of course I am.
I'm a human.
Effing love humans.
Yes.
And that's how I feel. I'm like, I love humans. I love the imperfections and the flaws. And that's actually one of the things we're telling our clients to do, because Descript is one of those AI apps that will edit your videos just like a Word document. So if you could
Takes out
delete
the
a
pauses,
sentence,
takes out the
like
stutters.
all the filler words.
the
So if you
ums,
say
the
right
uhs.
or like or so or But what I'm telling people now is leave a few of those in so people know it's you. It's not your digital twin, because in a year from now, you and I will be digital twins. As long as we produce enough content this year to really have AI study your mannerisms, my hand gestures, there'll be videos with me that won't be me. It'll be me living in the future. So this will be interesting. But what I tell people is, even your digital clone, program some imperfections. If I say write a lot, you know, someone noticed that. It must be a Jersey thing. You go, right? I'm like, oh, I do. So program a little bit of that in, because then people will feel, oh, this is really a human. This is really Coach Deb. It's not her digital twin. But in a year from now, you'll be able to do this program with your digital twin.
And will I be able to do it with your digital twin?
Yes. Yeah.
So no,
Yes.
that's a sincere question.
Yes.
Will I
Yes.
be able to use my AI clone, set it beside your AI clone, and because my AI clone was cloned with my ideas and my speech patterns and my mannerisms,
Yes.
will I be able to create video that I say, oh, Deb, loan me your clone?
As long as I give permission. So
Right,
right
I get
now,
that.
the script, you have to say, yes, I give permission. Otherwise, you can't clone, say, a celebrity and do that. But yes, absolutely. We can have a show together. In fact, there is a podcast software. I'll send it to you. It's literally two people talking, and it's a little mini podcast, and they have their inflection. So if you give them a piece of content, say it's a bunch of, say it's a transcript from this show, there will be two people podcasting, talking about our show. Oh yeah, and then Marshall was like giving all that money away, and it's this type of inflection, and it's all AI voice clones.
Unbelievable.
It's
and what's
incredible.
the platform?
It'll
come to you.
LLM is like Notebook LLM, but then there's another one that's coming out recently. The name escapes me because I'm a human. See, this is not my AI digital twin, but I'll find out and I'll
But
get
you
it
have
to
to program
But
that
it's
into your
incredible.
clone.
Yes, but like Notebook LLM, check that out as well.
Notebook
Notebook
LLM.
LM, sorry. Notebook LM, and that's a Google platform as well. So by the way, my prediction here, since we're making some predictions on your show, is Google is going to dominate. So Gemini is going to overtake ChatGPT very, very soon. It's already doing it. They were like the slow one in the background, and we've been using ChatGPT for more than 5 years. They were slow and steady, but they were developing and learning things that OpenAI spent all of the millions on. They got that, and they have released so many things and in their suite, and it's all free. So Gemini, Notebook LM, that's that podcasting platform. Those are all by Google. So I would watch Google. And if you're investing, I would look at that as well. Yeah.
We have a mutual friend, Onyx Singhal.
Yes.
Phenomenal
Yes.
guy. Love
Yeah.
him so much. He's also one of the founders in the internet marketing space.
Yep.
Been around forever doing great things.
Yeah.
He's been running a lot of ads lately
Yes.
about creating AI clones for
Yes.
people. Come
Yes.
spend 4 hours with me at
Yep.
my location. And
Yep.
he's back in Maryland or someplace like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it looks like great stuff. And
Yeah.
his clone looks amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's him.
He can do a webinar
Yeah, it's
with
him.
his clone.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
And
It tricked me, and I've known him. I feel like we grew up together in the internet marketing space back in like 2002 when I wrote the book, and we were learning internet marketing and how to do banner ads. And so I know him. I know his manners.
well, you
and
also
I was
toned him in. You turned him on to AI
Yeah.
clones.
Oh yeah.
In the
Alicia
beginning,
Little
yeah,
taught him everything he knows.
One of the good.
Alicia Little, she's the queen of AI. She's been leading this space. Incredible woman. She's running an AI summit soon. She's bringing Gary
Lytle.
Vee in. I should have you on there. What's up?
Alicia Lytle.
Alicia Little, yes.
Alicia
yes.
Little.
And the little sisters, her sisters, phenomenal. But yeah,
Yes, we've had them on the show. They're great.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But back to the AI clones.
Yes.
Onyx, obviously back east, and,
Yeah.
and I don't want to go back east.
No.
So what does...
I'm from East, so no.
Yeah, I don't want to go
to
back
the
there.
East Coast at all.
It doesn't matter what he's charging
It's
me.
too cold.
Well, it's not just that. It's the amount of time to fly back there.
Yes.
And the amount of time to fly here.
Yeah.
Kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Yes.
But my question is, how does somebody like me
Yeah.
or somebody anywhere, not necessarily in my studio because that makes it easier, how does somebody create those AI clones? Do they need a studio? Can we offer people that service here at Studio
absolutely.
Money?
You need really good lighting, which you have, a really good camera, which you have, right? And
Green
really
screen?
good audio.
Yep.
So that's really important. And audio is actually more important than video. Green screen or just blank wall. So if somebody did it in their home, blank white wall with nothing in the background, really good lighting. That's key. And again, really good audio. And it's a conglomerate of a few pieces of software that it's readily available. Yes, they're all paid, but it's like HeyGen, 11 Labs, and a few others. And you use them and you blend them all together. And then once you get it where you like it, because the first one, by the way, it's just like back, when we played with Opus, it was like, oh, that's shite, right? And now it's unbelievable. So you have to be willing to play with it and go, oh, this is, by the way, HeyGen I used several years ago. when I presented on stage for Onyx Board of Experts, and it was me speaking on Spanish fluently with a video that I translated using HeyGen. So I can speak in any language using the HeyGen software. So if you're a business owner and you want to expand into a different market and different language, and you don't speak that language, you don't have to master it anymore. You can just use HeyGen to turn all your short form video. And now instead of 420 pieces, you have 840 pieces. I could do math in my head there with HeyGen. So you could go in the Spanish market. You can go into whatever market you want to go in, just translating. And it's amazing.
What are the limitations with AI clones right now? Do I have a time, or can I do
yes.
whole courses?
So he did a webinar, I hope I'm not revealing anything, about 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, he says in his ads that the entire webinar is done by a clone.
He's starting to reveal that now. Yeah.
So is there a limitation on time that I can have my clone?
So your best bet is doing 5 minutes at a time. And by the way, that is human consumption. We had a realtor who's doing 15-minute. That was considered long form. It was like short long form, no longer an hour. And it was just like in TV. The reason why we have a break every 7 minutes is because the brain goes, I need a break, and then it resets it. So 7 minutes is a great time, even less now because of TikTok. TikTok is truly changing our neurochemistry in our brains. So if you do a 3-minute, great. 5-minute, that's great. People will pay attention up to 5 minutes. After that, they start trailing off.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, again, the people that will tune into the Joe Rogans, to the Marshall Silvers, and they're really wanting to really dive deep, there absolutely is that. They're usually getting your short form content, and then I want to dive deep. So I do that in the peptide world. I'm like watching 15 minutes because I'm so interested in the topic. So people will watch your long form video as long as they're really interested in the topic, and you keep giving money away and keep giving nuggets away, because we've been giving gold nuggets away.
Yeah.
And it's just the same thing. So if anyone that wants to be mentally stimulated, they'll watch long form. Everyone else, they're just kind of consuming the short form. So yeah, so the limitation, I would say it's only by the human consumption limitation. So I would say 5 minutes.
Isn't it a training cycle too, though? Just based on what you just said,
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch a whole movie.
Yes.
An hour and a half, 2 hours movie. I'll watch the movie because I want to watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody said we're going to watch a 5-minute movie, I would go, why?
Yes.
There's not enough time to develop something there. So, Joe Rogan, when he first started doing his podcast back in what year, 2008, we first started doing recordings of it all. They're 4-hour conversations. Now, I myself have a real hard time with 4 hours.
Yeah,
I have a really hard time.
I do double speed sometimes.
Yes.
So Joe Rogan talks really fast in my mind.
Yes. So I can do that too. But
Yeah.
so back to it.
Yeah.
And that's the point I want to make is that long form like this, what we're
Yes.
doing now, this interview, this is a relationship.
By the way, when you do long form, that's what attracts buyers. Those are the people that buy with you. And that goes to just studies of how much time someone spends with you based on how much they trust you and then buy and do business with you. So you want to do the long form if you're a business owner and you want to develop those relationships, and you want to be in front of them over and over and over. So if you're in front of them over here, 100 pieces a day, and then you're doing long form and they're going there, that's when they're like, wow, she's really smart. He's really smart. I want to learn and I want to buy from him. So yes, it's still important to do long form. Yes.
We have just a few more minutes left.
Okay.
The hour has flown by.
Yes.
It's always great to be with you.
Same.
It's always fascinating. I love you so much. What steps can I take to better use AI in my life right now? We talked about the fact that somebody should download ChatGPT.
Yep.
Again, give me like a 5-6 step process here that I can get moving all the way up to, again, what I believe is that most of us are going to type a document out, put it into a platform, and we're going to say, put this in front of my house, or, have me on the beach, or put me in front of an LED wall. What can I do today?
Yeah.
And then let us know how we can get a hold of you, and how, when people hire you, how they hire you, how that works. Do they pay a flat fee? Do you own a piece of their business? How does all that work?
Usually it's a flat fee. I've always been a premium because I started out, again, it's all positioning. I really started out as their media strategist. This is 20 years ago. So, and I also would work with companies who were making millions and spending millions on their advertising. And I'm like, I just want 10%. And I'm going to transform what you're spending this over here. I can actually save you 90% of your advertising if you just trust that social media, this weird thing called YouTube. And they trusted me, and they were like, whoa. And then I just kept clients for 7 years because I was saving them so much, getting them so many results, and they were ahead, right? So I typically attract people who want to be want that first mover's advantage and want to be ahead of their competitor. And right now I feel it's survival. Back then it was a luxury and you were saving a lot of money and you were ahead. And everyone who took advantage of it, like some of them have created 3 channels on YouTube. They've created multiple channels because like, wow, this really works. Now I feel like it's survival, and every small business owner should be learning AI, learning how to get short form video out. So I would say if you're talking about where to start, I would go to ChatGPT and say, give me a 5-minute script that I can film and upload on YouTube, and then give me a longer, say a 15 to 20 minute. Use StreamYard that's one of my favorite apps. Use Descript. It will transcribe your video. This is like real, down and dirty, giving you all the secrets and the apps that we use. And then from those videos, say from StreamYard, you then upload that link either to upload the video to YouTube or upload the link to Opus and have Opus create all of these short form content, and then use things like Metrical to schedule it, or Opus now schedules it, which is phenomenal. You can download all of those videos. So those are like the 5 apps. I've been teaching a webinar. I'm going to Colorado for an EO Colorado group and teaching them literally the 5 app stack that are responsible for putting my video production out of business. But the good thing about that is, as long as you pivoted, and about 5 years ago, I'm like, I've got to pivot. So I started pivoting from doing for to teaching the business owner. So now we have AIchillify.com that just came out. And now we're teaching people in a club, in a group setting, so they can get me at a much more affordable rate for that small business owner. For like you're talking about the landscaper, the mom and pop, the person who has a carpet cleaning business, right? They don't have $10,000 to $25,000. The bigger companies do, and they're going to have a bigger edge. They're going to have more content. But the ones that are, hey, I'm on a budget, that's where AIchillify.com, by the way, has a free vault where they can get these 5 apps, and I go into detail about them. I have some video trainings, all completely free. Because now my mission is to get as many small business owners in America and abroad to get the power in their own hands, so they're not subject to when the government starts taking over and taking their jobs. Because absolutely, we are seeing it already. Jobs are going by the wayside. So this is the best time to take control of your destiny. Start a small business. By the way, you get better taxes when you are a business owner versus an employee. And take control, whether it's you starting a business. That's what Alicia Little really teaches people. Quit your job, learn AI. She's teaching people how to be a consultant in AI. So just start shifting, thinking about pivoting. Whatever you're doing now, I guarantee you, if you're not pivoting a year from now, you're going to be obsolete. Your job's going to be obsolete. Your small business is going to be obsolete. So I decided to take control of that and say, all right, I'm closing these businesses. I started AIchillify literally this year, and that's the new mission. That's the new mission.
AIchillify.com. Yeah, absolutely. If you're not at least researching and implementing bare bones basics of AI right now, guess what? You're going to be dead in the woods.
Yeah.
You're going to be dead.
Yeah.
And the beautiful part, though, is once you do learn how to use AI more properly, everything gets easier. Half the employees that you thought you needed to hire, you're not going to have to hire because it's all going to be handled. Everything from audio to video to copywriting, everything all done for you.
Yep.
AIchillify.com to find out more about what Deb Cole does. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
You're always a joy.
I love this.
I would love to have you stick around. I'm gonna take about an hour to answer questions, give away a whole bunch of cash.
Money.
Yeah, we give away lots of cash on the show. And no, you got to ask a question first.
I'll ask a question.
You can't take my money
Where
without
do you
asking
think
a question.
AI is going?
Oh, too late.
I want the
I'm going to
stack.
break. Going to
I
break
want the
right now.
stack. Here's my question. Can I have your stack?
If you expose yourself.
Okay.
No, I was joking. I was just joking.
But you can't have my stack no matter what.
No, that's the fact.
This is brilliant, by the way. This is brilliant.
You know, it's, again, I'm wealthy. And you're wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
We do well. You live in La Jolla. I live in Las Vegas. We're wealthy. And we don't realize what $100 actually means to people.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that when people call in the next hour, which we're about to open up the vault so you can do that, when people call in and they get $100, I know they're going to take their friends to dinner or whatever they do with their $100 bounty.
Yeah.
And they're going to go, hey, I'm buying dinner tonight on Marshall Silver.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, Marshall Silver, what's that? Oh, it's a live show that he does every single day for 2 hours. Every time you call in, you get $100. Yeah. And if you call him tomorrow, I get $20. We've already got people that have recruited their entire families and their families calling in. So thanks again for being on the show.
Absolutely.
You are loved.
Thank you.
AIchillify.com is where you need to go. Check it out. You're going to love all the resources there. And tell them Marshall Silver sent you, and they'll take special care of you. We're going to take a break. Today, on today's show, like I said, we're testing everything to do with Marshall Silver Live in this whole show. When we go to break, 2 things are going to happen. We're going to go to break, going to reset the stage a little bit. And when we come back, I'm going to start taking your phone calls, but more than just $100 today. Every single person that calls in is going to get $100. In addition, though, every single person that calls in is going to get an infinitely more valuable gift. I'm also going to give you 2 tickets to Turning Point, my 2.5-day life-changing event. Tickets sell for $3,000 a piece. So not only will you get you $100 cash when you call in and ask me a cool question, 877-SILVER1. In addition, I'm also going to give you 2 tickets to Turning Point. That's $6,000 value to change your life forever. So quick break before we go into the vault to give you an idea of what Turning Point's all about. Take a look at this video, and we'll see you on the other side.
Let me bring in our hypnotist, Marshall Silver.
It's Marshall.
Turning Point. A total change in direction for the better.
Who here is ready for a turning point? You absolutely have to have one. Put them high.
The 2-day Turning Point seminar is different than any other program in that it does more than just teach you the skills for your relationships, wealth, and power. It also programs you on a subconscious level to put those skills into immediate use.
This weekend is about empowerment. This weekend is about you understanding how to take charge of your own life.
You will learn total control of your thoughts and emotions, how to use PND, or psychoneural duplication, to take on the thoughts and actions of others to produce similar results. Whether it's losing weight, changing habits, being a millionaire.
When you think what a millionaire thinks and you do what a millionaire does, you'll produce similar results.
You will learn to program these powerful tools at a subconscious level for immediate and lasting results.
Your conscious mind is what's called your critical factor. It's the mind you're using right now to determine whether the information I'm giving to you will work for you or not. Your subconscious mind, on the other hand, is merely a computer. It's non-critical. It doesn't even have the ability to make judgment. So all trance, hypnosis, reprogramming is setting aside the critical factor of your conscious mind and non-critically accepting suggestions.
And empowering.
To make a fear vanish, you must experience it fully.
As it helps you create your life exactly the way you want it. Bring your family closer. Find the love of your life. Create strategies for wealth. Learn irresistible influence and so much more. Because of the intimate nature of this course, seats are very limited. Register now before your life passes you by and there are no more turning points for you. Tens of thousands of people have learned this information and are using it daily.
You don't get angry if you get fired from your job and you know that within 2 years you will be a multi-millionaire.
It's your time.
There's a way for you to win this game that is different than how you're doing it, and it works.
It's your life.
When you learn how to do that, you become more powerful, and power is for use.
It's your turning point.
Isn't it time for your first million? Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to do what you love and learn how to monetize that on a 7-figure level? Do you want to know exactly what you need to do and what not to do to have your biggest year ever? If not now, when? First Million. A 2-day subconscious learning experience that both teaches and programs you with the personality traits and habits of multimillionaires. At First Million, you'll learn how to take almost any wealth vehicle to a 7-figure level or better. You'll learn how to stop using vehicles that don't work, are too difficult, or simply unsuited for you. Making money is supposed to be fun. Stop living your life, getting ready to live your life, and start living a life of adventure. First Million was crafted to not just change what you do, it's also going to change who you are. Instead of trying to become a millionaire, you'll learn that you're already a millionaire, even if the money has not yet been deposited in your bank account. Beyond mindsets, you'll learn the actual personality traits of multimillionaires, so you'll naturally do what millionaires do to produce a similar result. One of the key personality traits of a millionaire is charisma. Imagine being able to walk into a room and without speaking a word, have the entire room drawn to you. Imagine others hanging on your every word, wanting to be near you, to be in business with you, and hungry to buy whatever you're selling. First Million will teach you how to use the charisma that politicians, entertainers, CEOs, and celebrities use to move nations and make millions. You'll also learn how to get more done in less time. You'll learn priority management and what the highest and best use of your time is. You'll learn laser-like focus upon IGAs, or income-generating activities, and you'll learn to let go of anything below your pay grade. What if you had more customers than you ever imagined? What if they came right to you and fought to buy from you? At First Million, you'll learn attraction marketing and strategies to get others to pay you for your marketing and advertising before they even purchase your offer. When you attend Your First Million, you'll begin to see an overwhelming amount of amazing opportunities all around you. You'll look through the matrix and easily identify target-rich environments. You'll learn dovetailing and stacking strategies to acquire more customers and do more business with the customers you already have. Unless something is sold, no money is made. Whether you're a sales pro, a novice, or even scared to death of selling something, Your First Million is going to have you fall in love with influence and enjoy it as the game that it is. When you believe in what you're selling, you're obligated to sell it. You'll learn exact language patterns of influence and persuasion. You'll learn how to get others to ask you for what you're selling and have them believe it was their idea. You'll become dynamically able to use arcing statements, direct links, embedded commands, and so much more. An entire tool belt of selling gambits will be yours after you get to Your First Million. As a First Million alumni, you will be clear on what you need to do to GTFM, or get the freaking money. You deserve great wealth, and Your First Million will help to raise your self-esteem around the topic of money. The amount of money you make will always be determined by your own self-image. You'll learn what billion-dollar corporations already know about outsourcing, how to get anything below your pay grade done for pennies on the dollar. Your First Million will give you the groundwork to understand presentation skills and the highest paid profession on the planet, public speaking. When you graduate from Your First Million, you'll be able to create presentations that inspire with confidence and power. If all that weren't enough, there's so much more. Making Your First Million is almost certainly going to require that you manage at least a small team. You'll walk out of the course with the knowledge of how to lead teams and synergistically get more done in less time. Technology has made our lives so much easier as we've learned how to harness it. The First Million course will teach you what is up to date and available in technology so that you can use that cutting-edge technology to get more done and have more fun. You'll also learn how to harness the power of the internet for massive passive profits. Every time you attend Your First Million, you'll learn new technology and internet marketing strategies, as these two portions of the class change every time you attend. It's like getting a brand new seminar each time you come. If you're a representative, you may attend Your First Million as often as you like, totally free, with your enrollment in the First Million course. If you're not yet a rep, or if you have not yet invested in Your First Million, enroll now. Everything begins in thought, and you know what you want to say. Go ahead, say it now. Say it out loud. I'm ready for my first million.
Say it out loud, baby. I'm ready for my first million. I want this to be your first million or your best millions year, and we're going to get started right now. I'm Marshall Silver, your personal millionaire maker. Thanks again to Deb Cole for such a great interview in the first hour. In the second hour, here in the vault, we're going to do exactly what we do every single day, and that is give away boatloads of cash. So if you would like boatloads of cash, all you got to do, call 877 Silver 1. That's 877 SYLVER 1. You can leave your message, tell us what you want to chat about. And if it's interesting enough, we'll get you on the air. And the moment we get you on the air, that's all it is. You instantly get $100 sent over to your Zelle account later today. And if somebody told you all about this show, they referred you, and you clicked their link to get onto the show, then they'll also make $20. We got some guests lined up to come on. First guest is Queenie Parvin.
They'll also make $20.
Come on down. Hey there, how are you?
First guest is Queenie Parvin. They'll also make $20.
Hey, good morning.
Hey there, how are you?
I am unbelievable.
You know what, Queenie? You've got a huge delay on your feed into the show, so I'm going to pause you.
Issues.
We're going to pause her, take her out. Let's put Darren in. Darren has no devices connected. Brett. Yeah, so, we're brand new. This week is all about testing. We're not actually even live or launched. So we're working through bugs, and we'll work through your bugs too. Are you working on that one, Jeremy? Because I don't see anything yet. So we're working on bugs. We got callers coming in, 877-SILVER1. That's all you got to do. Give me a call. One of the things that I love about AI is that it is the fastest way for you to actually put together all the pieces that you're searching for. And one of the distinctions that Deb made was that it's not a search engine anymore. It's an advice engine. It's not really just searching for something. It's educating you. It's going out and finding pieces of information that will best answer your question. But here's the thing about AI that we didn't talk about. And I want to just leave it on that while we're working through some bugs before we start getting you on the air. First and foremost, AI and hypnosis are identical. What do I mean by that? AI and hypnosis are all based upon the quality of the program or the prompt. So the better the hypnotic program, the better the AI prompt, the better the result's going to be. As an example, if you've ever watched the movie Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser, phenomenal movie. But the basis of the movie is that Brendan Fraser's character meets the devil, Elizabeth Hurley. The devil is a beautiful woman. Go figure. And he meets Elizabeth Hurley, the devil. She grants him 7 wishes. And every single time he wishes, he gets exactly what he wished for. Exactly what he wished for. He wants to be rich and powerful, and poof, she makes him a drug dealer. He wants to have somebody in love with him, so poof, they're in love with him, but it's overwhelming. So the point is, in hypnosis, you've got to be careful what you ask for. In AI, you've got to be specific about what your prompt is. Many years ago, I was performing in Las Vegas at the Stratosphere Hotel with my hypnotic show, which, by the way, we're about to do one of my hypnotic shows. Yay, monitor's working. We're about to do one of my hypnotic shows here at Studio Money coming up on the 31st of January. You're invited. Tickets on me just by watching the show. Contact 1-800-92-POWER. Tell them you want 2 tickets to the hypnotic show. We'll get you set up with tickets to the hypnotic show. January 31st, Saturday, 7 p.m. Would love to see you there. I was doing my show in Vegas many years ago. I gave a guy a suggestion that when he heard me say the word safety, he would leap out of his chair and he would jump across the 3 laps to his left, protect them from harm's way, become a human safety belt. So I give him this suggestion. I bring him out of trance. I say safety. He leaps out of his chair and he runs 3 circles around all the other subjects that I have on stage. 3 circles around, sits right back down. Not exactly what I programmed him to do. So I put him back in trance. I give him the program again. I'm going to say the word safety. You're going to jump out of your chair. You're going to lay across the 3 laps to your left, protect them from harm's way, bring them out of trance, jumps up, runs 3 times around the seat, sits back down. When I'm not getting a result, whether it's in a hypnotic show or in life in general, I ask myself, am I asking for the wrong thing? Am I not clear on what's going on here? Is there something I'm missing? So I go over to the guy and I talk to him a little more and I say, I didn't really talk to you. I got your name, but that's all I've heard you say. Where are you from? What do you do? Well, the moment he started talking, it was clear English was his second language. He was a Frenchman. And it became evident to me that what he was doing was 3 laps around all the subjects. Not laying on 3 laps, he was doing 3 laps around the subjects. So if you're not quite getting what you want, it may be that your prompt isn't sound. How we doing, technically? Brittany's ready to come on the show. Brittany, welcome home. Good to see you. You need to unmute your audio, and while you're
there, we
are
go.
you there?
Hey, yes. Can you hear me?
Way better. What a stellar hat. What's the story with the hat?
This is my sun hat to protect myself from the sun.
I see that. Where is it so sunny? Where are you?
Oh, Southern California. Always sunny.
What city?
Los Angeles.
And how did you find out about my show?
Through Joy Grace Harmony.
She's sending all of her friends. We love Joy
Seriously,
Grace.
She will.
She won $100 yesterday, so it's a good thing. What do you do for a living?
I do multiple things. So like right now, I'm doing one of my gigs of dog walking, which is why I'm out and about. And then I've also worked in tech, worked in the entertainment industry in multiple avenues. And the list keeps going. I do arts in general. So yeah, that's the short end of it.
So talk to me. What's your question?
So my question is, because I'm someone who's been in tech for a long time, hung out with hackers right outside of high school. This was in the early 2000s. And for those who are just getting into it, like what Deb said, there's a huge learning curve. So what are some ways that maybe either you or Deb can share about how to address those learning curves and really dive right in? Because I've seen so many benefits. I was one of the 0.1% first on ChatGPT. And it's like, I revealed it to all my friends at that point, which, helped it to explode. But just for things like Descript, I've been on that for years. There's a huge learning curve. So I think that's one of the things that's going to hook people or be a big hang up for people joining in right now.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it's a hang up. I think what the bigger challenge is that it's overwhelming. I don't think it's a learning curve. I think it's overwhelm. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like anything else. If I don't know how to swim, swimming could be overwhelming to me. But if I get into the water and I know that I either swim or die, then by gosh, I'm going to put every ounce of energy I can into learning how to swim. I think the same thing is true of technology. And I think the distinction, though, is the feedback on swimming is so much faster than the feedback on not learning technology that people think they have time until they realize they're in the middle of the ocean, the boat's already gone, and they sure as hell better learn how to swim. So I think that rather than wondering about the learning curve, I think that the better idea for people is to understand, first and foremost, I'm teaching Sterling how to drive right now. He's 14 years old, and we had a stellar week. I've been teaching him in the minivan, the all-purpose vehicle. We don't mind if it gets into an accident, so be it. It's just an all-purpose vehicle. But we were driving in my main car, which here in California is a Maybach. And while it's not a Rolls-Royce Phantom like Las Vegas, it's still a decent car, $250,000, $300,000. And so I told Sterling we were going to drive the Maybach, and I saw his eyes light up. And I knew what it was. He was worried about doing something wrong, wasn't worried about crashing the minivan, but he was worried about crashing Dad's car. Then, after he got over using the Maybach, driving the Maybach, and was okay and comfortable with it, he said, actually, gosh, this drives really nice, Dad. I said, yeah, better than the minivan, that's for sure. We were driving in a parking lot, and I said, I want you to go right out that driveway there, go around the block, and then pull back in the other side of the driveway onto the street. Well, the street is obviously got other traffic. There's other people there. So now he has to contend with that. So now he's driving the Maybach. Now he has to drive it on the street and be aware the other drivers don't know he's a student driver. So that's another level of learning. We pulled back into the parking lot. I said, great job. I tell you what, I'm going to shoot some video. And I got out of the car. He said, what do you mean? I said, drive around the parking lot. He said, without you? I said, yes. So that's another tier still. No different than me being in the car, but it's purely psychological. So the answer to your question is, my belief is you've got to fail forward fast. You got to do worst things first. Just download GPT. That's all you got to do. Download the app, make a few requests, but like what Deb was saying, don't use it as a search engine. Give it a role. Say, hey, I want you to act like my PR agent. I want you to tell me the best way to get me booked on national television shows to promote my brand new broadcast. And so you put it in a role, you tell it the parameters, you tell it the circumstances of what you want it to deal with, and then you give it a best possible scenario on the other side. So the first thing I tell anybody that might experience what you said, the learning curve, it's not. It's overwhelm. And I want you to understand the only way to get over overwhelm is to eat the elephant one bite at a time. That which we experience fully vanishes. So, Sterling might have been afraid to drive in the car all by himself, but today on the way into the studio, he was saying, hey, can we get some time for me to go drive some more? So now he's over that, and he's moving on and expanding. So I don't think it's a learning curve. Yes, everything has to be learned, but AI is such that there's really not a whole lot to learn other than how do I communicate with my new employee? How do I talk to, this entity? And again, that's the safest and easiest way for people to understand how to use AI is stop thinking about it as an app or a platform. Think of it as a person. You got a person in front of you. You want them to do a task for you. How do you inspire them? How do you communicate clearly to them in such a way that they know the task that they're doing is the one that you requested? And I think that's what I love about AI is it's making people communicate better. It's the quality of our lives is the quality of our communication, both with ourselves and with the outside world. With ourselves, it's 1,500 words per minute going through our brain. With the outside world, it's an echo. Everything that we don't have that we want, we're going to get from other people. So we better learn how to send a message out that echoes back what we want. What's the biggest thing you're working on right now?
Oh, the biggest thing I'm working on right now is reinvigorating my website, obscurum.com. So going through a whole overhaul, building that myself.
What's the website address?
Obscurum, obscuram.com.
What's that mean, Obscurum?
So it's bringing the hidden to light. So sharing insights, deep insights, a bunch of stories, things that I haven't shared before. So teaching myself to communicate better and open up about the information and insights that I have.
Is obscurum an actual word, or did you make that up?
It's an actual Latin word that means hidden.
I like it. I like it a lot. Who's your avatar client?
Oh, my avatar client is someone who has recently gone through a big event and is restarting their life and just beginning to explore, beginning to understand who they can be and unveiling their potential. So basically bringing chaos into clarity and fear into a little bit of fortune.
So you're a coach?
Pretty much. More like
pretty much, or are you a coach?
I'm a coach, but I'm doing it kind of like underhandedly by putting out journals at the moment. So
got it. So if I were to wave a magic wand over you today, and it was to give you the skill sets that you most need for the next stage of your life, what would I hypnotize you to have as a skill set right now?
Maybe being more honed in and dialed in to generating that income in a way that honors my values.
So I would teach you how to monetize better.
Yes.
GTFM, get the freaking money.
Exactly, yes.
Here's my prediction about you. I don't even know you. This is the first interaction we've had, but one of the things I'm positive about you is you are of service. You're the kind of a person, especially if you're friends with Joy, I know this to be true. You're of service. And just like you're out right now walking dogs, you're always thinking, how do I take care of other people? And so back to what I tell everybody is that everybody should be more selfish. There's some people that do more than their fair share, but most of the population, neo-Christians are people that have had a background of any kind of spirituality that was based in a faith that was about giving. They overcompensate and they give too much. And they get to the point where they're giving and giving and giving because they love people, but they get resentful after a while because their own needs aren't met. Are you earning any money right now?
Oh, absolutely. I earn money every day.
Good. And how is that going for you? Are you earning at the level that you want to earn at?
Not at the moment. So it's been kind of like a little bit of an airplane taking off, working on it. So definitely going to make those returns bigger and better this year.
Good. Well, 2026 is the year. You're in LA next week, next Tuesday, actually. I'm here at Studio Money on Tuesday, Wednesday, and a half day on Thursday with Turning Point, my 2.5-day event. Tickets are $3,000 a piece. I'm giving you 2 tickets, so I want you to grab somebody. And the reason I want you to grab a guest, don't bring Joy. She's already got a lifetime ticket. Bring somebody else. And the reason
Okay.
I want you to bring somebody else is what you're going to learn at Turning Point is the programs that you need to successfully live a bigger and better and frankly more profitable, prosperous life. And you're going to want to bring somebody because relationships are like scales and they balance each other out. And you want somebody that as you grow, rather than pulling you down, actually grows with you and supports you in that brand new life. Sound good?
Yes. Sounds
So
great.
you get $100. Joy Grace gets $20. Plus, you got tickets to come join me next week at Turning Point here at Studio Money in Carlsbad to confirm those Turning Point tickets. The cash is going to be sent to you automatically via Zelle this afternoon. To confirm your Turning Point tickets, call 1-800-92-POWER. Tell them you're coming to Turning Point and you're bringing a guest, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds great.
Take care, Brittany. God bless.
Thank you. You too.
You're loved. Everything begins. And that's the thing you want to keep in mind is that everything begins. This show right now, you know, we're dealing with technical challenges while the show is going on. Why? Because that's how things work. I have been to Sir Richard Branson's private island, Necker Island, 9 times. 8 of those times, we rented out the entire island. And one of the things that was a pretty common theme through all the times that I chatted with Sir Richard Branson about his success was he has a book. One of his biographies is called Screw It, Just Do It. And that philosophy is what's built his billions, that you don't need to know how to do something to do it. You just need to start doing it. And if you'll start doing that thing that you don't know how to do, what happens is everything gets easier because you work it out. Put out crap, then put out crap 2.0. It worked for Microsoft. It will work for you. But the fear is, again, the reason people don't put out crap, the reason that they're afraid to go on a broadcast, the reason most people would never dream of doing a show live like we're doing right here is crap happens. Stuff blows up in your face. Tables fall apart. Microphones stop working. People call into the show and they're on a 10 or 15-second delay. Stuff happens. And so you just have to deal with it. I want to put out a compliment to the team that's in the studio with me right now. First and foremost, my executive producer, Sterling Marshall Silver. Genius, 14-year-old kid, but he's spot on everything. Very conscientious. I want to acknowledge Jeremy Miner, who's come in as our technical director to help us get everything set up and run properly. And then finally, I want to say thank you to Adam Kay, who is my video production supervisor here at Studio Money, for always just doing a remarkable job. Nothing is done on your own. Nothing great is ever going to be done by yourself. You're going to need a team. All right. Who's our next caller? Queenie, are you with me? There she is.
I am with you.
And the audio is great. You are loved. Where are you calling in from?
Beautiful Vista, the next city over from Carlsbad.
Lovely. What's your question today?
My question is, how can I use AI to jumpstart my business?
So these are great questions, you know, rolling over from the interview with Deb Cole. And what's your website, Sterling? AIchillify.com. That's the best place to go. Just jump on our website and check it out. Are you currently using AI at all?
No, I've been encouraged to use AI.
So there's the website on the screen right now, AIchillify.com.
Perfect.
Go there. It'll give you tons of insights. But once again, what Deb was talking about is you want to use AI as an assistant, as an employee, not as a search engine. So what is it that you would have AI do for you once it's doing something?
Look for clients. Search out.
What's your business?
I am in financial services through Primerica.
Lovely. Are you with Barry's team or are you with
No,
Minerva's team?
I'm with a team from LA.
Awesome. Do you know Barry Wong and Minerva Garcia?
No, I have not.
Oh, you're going to love them.
Nothing.
They're 2 of my Inner Circle members. They're a part of World Financial Group. They're amazing people. You're in Vista. Minerva
It's a different
does
company. World
Minerva
Financial
does a
is
WFG meeting right here at Studio Money in Carlsbad every single week.
Wonderful.
So you definitely want to connect with them. You definitely want to send prospects over to Studio Money because we're right in your neck of the woods. It's going to be great for you.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
And Queenie, have you been to Turning Point, correct?
Yes, I have.
Tell us what was the best thing you learned at Turning Point?
To get out of my head.
And what does that mean to you?
Stop overthinking and start doing.
Good. Now, WFG, one of their main products, of course, is insurance. How long have you been involved with WFG, and how's it doing for you? Let's start with
I'm
that.
not involved. It's a different company.
Which company is it?
My company is Primerica,
Got it.
and I've been involved with Primerica for over 28 years.
Now, isn't WFG a part of Primerica?
No,
Got it. So they're Transamerica, correct?
I believe so.
So how long? You've been with Primerica for 20 years, and are you making any
28.
money?
Nope. But I also worked for the corporate arm.
You also worked for who?
I worked for the Primerica corporate and as an agent.
Got it. So you were doing some admin stuff, I'm guessing?
I was teaching insurance law, yes.
Got it. So right now, right off the bat, last thing in the world you need is AI. First thing you need is sales ability.
I have that.
Good. So how many prospects have you talked to this week?
This week I've talked to about 15.
Awesome. And how many of them are doing business with you? How many of them bought?
They've not bought yet. Two of my prospects were ill, things of that nature, but they will be purchasing.
So it sounds like if they're ill, they need insurance more than ever.
Yes, they do.
They're going to die, so they better get insurance quick.
I don't
So
think
I'm going to stand by what I just said. Your challenge isn't AI. Your challenge is getting the money. Your challenge is making the sale. Your challenge is creating scripts and processes that will actually allow you to complete the transaction rather than just do a presentation. Does that sound like where you are? Awesome. Well, hey, great chatting with you. You win $100 cash. I know you've got a stellar roommate, so make sure you take her to lunch on me.
I do.
The two of you. You guys are totally loved, and thanks for calling in. God bless.
Thank you, Marshall, and God bless you.
You are welcome. Yeah, we've got some great guests calling in. We certainly do. So glad to see you. If you're brand new to the show, here's what it is. For 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, we come to you live from 10 a.m. till noon Pacific. At 10 a.m., generally speaking, I'm going to teach you content, or I'm going to bring on really cool guests like we did today with Deb Cole, and they're going to teach you many, many different things. The second hour, where we are right now, we go into the vault, and in the vault's where the cash is. In the vault is where you'll have the opportunity, as Queenie just did and other people still do, to give me a call at 877-SILVER-1. 877-SILVER-1. And if you went to MarshallSilverLive.com, if you're just finding me on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, go to MarshallSilverLive.com, apply for a complimentary membership. Once you have that, it'll give you access to get on the air and ask me questions. And then you'll be able to also refer your friends. And when your friends call in, just like Joy's friend called in, not only will they make $100, you'll also make $20. So it's a cool thing. It's really a bribe. It's because Meta and many of the online platforms won't let me advertise this broadcast because they just want to be sure that this is real. If you've known me at all over time, you'll know I'm the real deal. We're really giving away cash. I got stacks and stacks to give away. I want to give it to you. All you got to do is go to MarshallSilverLive.com, get an account, and then call 877-SILVER-1 and get on the air. Who's our next caller? Nikki Hagan, welcome to the show. You're live on Marshall Silver Live.
Hello, how you doing?
I am always awesome, Nikki. You're calling from New Orleans.
Yes, I am.
How do I know that?
How do you know that?
Yes.
I'm
telepathic. I'm telepathic.
Okay.
You were referred by Angela, weren't you?
Yes.
She told you call in. Angela's one of our Inner Circle members, telling everybody in New Orleans all about what we're up to. And I'm so glad you gave me a call. What's your question?
Well, my question is, I am a content creator. I also do T-shirts and stuff like that. I'm just trying to grow my business.
Tell me more.
Oh, and
So tell me what's your business again?
I do T-shirts. I do t-shirts.
When you say you do T-shirts, what's that mean? You sell T-shirts? You do screens?
Yes, I sell t-shirts. Yes.
And so are you doing drop ship, or are you actually doing the screen print?
I do the screen print.
So you have some screens at your location, and people say, hey, I want to put my logo on the shirt. You take the design, you put it into the machines, and the machines do all the screen printing.
Yes, correct.
So where's the weakness in your business?
Well, I guess because I don't have a lot of clientele, So
your weakness is sales.
Yes.
Your weakness is marketing.
Yes.
How do you go about getting new clients? What's your current SOP?
I mostly post. I post online about my content. I also do word of mouth, too. So that's practically it. Because I'm also in school for nursing as well, because I'm trying to elevate my life.
Well, good for you on all of that. Good going. You got a good role model in Angela. She's amazing. She's certainly somebody that's creating a bigger and better, more powerful life. But part of what's got to happen is exactly what she's doing right now. You either have to change the people you hang out with, or you've got to change the people you hang out with. That's what she's doing. She's wanting to create an environment. That's why when Angela came to Turning Point, she brought justice with her. She brought one of her family members because she wants her family to step up and have a better life, too. If everybody's moving in the same direction, it's a lot easier for everybody to move.
Right.
First and foremost, I will tell you right now, you don't have a business. You got a hobby. And the reason I tell you don't have a business is the main thrust on any business is customer acquisition. And now you're not doing any customer acquisition. You're posting a little bit on social media. You're telling some friends, I have this T-shirt business. If the church happens to need T-shirts done, you take care of the T-shirts for the church. But the challenge is you're not really promoting or getting business from people outside of what I call your sphere of influence.
Right.
This whole thing that I'm doing is a classic example of what you need to do. First thing we've got to do is figure out what is our UMP. UMP. It stands for Unique Marketing Proposition. Okay. What is the UMP? So if you don't have a UMP, then all things are apples to apples, and chances are the bigger apple is going to be the one selected.
Okay.
This show is not unique. I'm not special, although I was in special classes as a child. I'm not special. What I am, though, is I'm a carny. I'm from the carnival. I'm from the circus. I understand that. And I was talking about it a moment ago, that people like money. You called in not because of the question, that's part of it, but the other reason you called in is your family member said, hey, I called in yesterday, and one of the other ones said, hey, I called in on Friday, and I got $100, and I didn't think it was real, but a couple hours later, there was $100 in my Zelle account.
All right.
So you called in for the $100, am I right?
No, I called in to grow my business.
Oh, okay, so I don't have to give you the $100.
I mean, I want the $100, but I called in to grow my business, to learn more.
I think you called in for both, and it's okay with me. And it's completely okay. But that thing right there, Nikki, that's your challenge. Your challenge is, I said you called in for the 100, and you immediately denied, oh, no, it's not about the money. It's about the question. Hell no, baby. It's about the money and the question. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to acknowledge to yourself, to your universe, to God, that money's a good thing, and I want more of it. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
Because the spirit of what you just did just now and how you answered my question is the reason you keep pushing the money away. Get away from me, dirty money, bad money. That's the challenge.
I don't push the money away. I need the money,
Good. So did you call in for the $100 or not?
Yes.
Thank you. So you get $100. But that is, since every single thing in our life is based upon our subconscious programs, most people need to get over that little piece that's in the way where they keep saying, oh, I just want to serve people. What's your business? Oh, I just take care of people. That's not your business. That's not what you sell. I just want to make the world a better place. No, you don't. You want to sell a widget. You want to sell a piece of software. You want to sell a T-shirt. That's the business. So when people get away from that, when they start becoming altruistic and start pretending like the only reason they're doing this is out of the goodness of their soul, it might be partly that, except it can't be primarily that. You need to get real. You need to have GTS GTFM. Can you say that out loud? GTFM.
GTFM.
What does it stand for? Get the freaking money.
Oh, get the freaking money. Okay.
Yes, that needs to be your mantra. I want you to understand that business is about making money. It's not about serving people. So many people say, oh, serve enough people and your needs will be handled too. That's hogwash. Not true. Thank you, Dave Ramsey. Doesn't work. What does work is for you to have a commerce-focused business. You say, where are we going to make money? Let me explain this business to you. I mentioned it earlier. You just got $100. It'll be in your Zelle account before the end of the day. Just like Angela and Harvin and some of your other family members that have called into the show, you're going to take that $100 and maybe you'll go do something with it. Maybe you'll give it to your church. Chances are, though, because it's an extra $100 you didn't think you were going to have, you're going to go buy yourself a nice meal. I highly recommend a crawfish boil. I'm jealous, actually. That's what I would buy. But you're going to go buy a nice meal for yourself and one of your friends, and they're going to go, oh, you're buying lunch? Thanks so much. You're going to say, yeah, Marshall Silver bought me lunch. How'd that happen? You're going to tell them, oh, you got to go on the show tomorrow. And when they go on the show tomorrow, not only will they make $100, you'll make 20. So you've got to figure out in your T-shirt business, what's the unique marketing proposition? What makes me stand out? What makes me different? Do I put a QR code on the sleeve of every single shirt that allows people to scan the QR code and then be able to come back and, get some kind of a bonus downloaded, thing or piece of scripture, whatever it is that floats your boat? You got to figure out what the unique marketing proposition is. Then you've got to figure out what would be the thing that would make other people want to tell my story without me necessarily paying them money. How do I make them a part of my tribe? How do I make them a part of my community? How do I make, the Charlie Kirk Freedom shirt be something special? How do I make, the WWJD, What Would Jesus Do shirt? What do I do to position those things in such a way that it's not just a shirt anymore, it's a status symbol?
Right.
So I'm going to give you a short answer before I wrap this call up, and you've been great. Great to see you. Angela and Justice have already been to Turning Point. They were at Turning Point last month. I want you to come and join me as soon as you can. Next week would be ideal. Get out of work, get out of school, come spend 2.5 days with me. It'll change your life forever. But here's the other thing. I want you to also ponder the idea that you're not in the T-shirt manufacturing business. You're in the apparel business. How is that different? Are you familiar with a brand? They're not so popular anymore. For a long time, they were one of the largest T-shirt brands in the country. They're out of San Diego. I know the founders, called No Fear. Have you ever heard of that brand? T-shirts that say No Fear.
No, sir. No.
So it's a surf brand. It was big in the late 90s, early aughts. And No Fear started off as a T-shirt that simply said No Fear on it. That was the brand. But then the brand of No Fear started printing up other expressions on shirts, all motivational, all uplifting, but they were all of the No Fear brand. So while No Fear was the manufacturer, the brand was all about uplifting T-shirts that you could wear. No risk, no goodies, fail forward fast. All things that people could utter the phrase and it would motivate them or inspire them. I want you to ponder your own branded T-shirts. I want you to ponder not what could somebody else pay me to put on a shirt. I want you to ponder what could I put on a shirt that people would pay me for. Fair enough?
Yes, fair enough.
You are loved. Thanks for calling in. Tell
Thank
Angela
you.
she is loved. And I look forward to hearing from the other 5,000 family members you have on a future date.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're loved. God bless. Take care, Nikki. You got to be the product. You've got to be the reason that people get out of bed. You got to be the reason people drive to a destination. You've got, it used to be that location was everything as a part of your business model. And while I still believe that location is important, I don't think it's nearly as important as it used to be. I think people will drive wherever they need to drive for the things that they want. I have some friends in Vegas. They started off as vendors for me. I do an event in Las Vegas called the Inner Circle Mastermind Summit at my 17,000 square foot home. We also have very fine chefs come in and prepare the lunches, sometimes the dinners at the events. So I found this group of guys, French guys, that had just come over from France, and they are remarkable chefs. And they came in, they started catering our events. They were over the top. They were also expensive. They were worth it for sure, but they were over the top and expensive. And so I suggested them No, I didn't. I hypnotized them covertly. I didn't tell them even that I hypnotized them to open up a restaurant in my neighborhood because I liked the food so much. I wanted to eat the food without having to pay catering prices. So sure enough, they open up a restaurant in my neighborhood. Now, my neighborhood in Las Vegas is nice. I'm over in Summerlin. It's a decent part of Las Vegas. But they opened up their restaurant in a strip mall. So not a really nice, elegant place for what I thought they would open, but it worked. They open the restaurant thrives. In fact, it does so well, they can't do my catering anymore, which is kind of a bummer. But the restaurant does so well, they open up a second restaurant. The second restaurant they open up is way more high-end, very, very elegant French cuisine. In fact, it's so good they don't even have a menu. You go in, you sit down, and they serve you 7, 9, 11, or 13 courses. You don't get to choose what you eat. You just get to choose how many times you eat it. So at any rate, they open up this place called Partage in Las Vegas. Very high-end French restaurant. My friend, the main chef, was actually one of the winners on the TV show Chopped. And they open up this French restaurant in a dive strip mall in the middle of Chinatown in Las Vegas. Couldn't be a more juxtaposition if you did it on purpose. But the reason they opened up their restaurant there was it was cheap. It's a strip mall. It's not even a nice strip mall. It's a dive. It's a ghetto. And it's in the middle of Chinatown. So everything all around it are Chinese businesses. They're a French restaurant. They're packed. They're sold out every single night. Why? Because the product is good. The food is exceptional. So people will go as far as they need to go to get there because it's perfect. It's amazing. They have executed and defined by their product. They don't even advertise anymore. All they do is they have so many relationships with the concierge on the strip that their clientele isn't even necessarily predominantly locals. The majority of their clientele are people coming from the hotels asking for a really nice restaurant, and all the concierge, they know the people they refer there are going to get a good experience, and that ultimately they're going to win because they gave them that good experience. Which, by the way, for those of you taking notes about your business, write this note down. People will always pay for a better experience. That's what we want. It's not even better finishes or higher, quality materials. It's a better experience. What makes the experience unique and better and preferably non-duplicatable? Who's the next caller? Sylvia Johnson, one of my favorite people in the world. Welcome to Marshall Silver Live.
Hi, Marshall. How are you today?
I am always awesome. I'm glad you pulled your car over, it looks like, to chat with me, and I like that.
Well, it's not that I pulled it over. I was at my office that they're closing up and moving out today, and they kicked me out to the curb, which is okay because I'm not paying for the space anymore, but I just thought I'd have the time to spend with you on there.
Well, then the timing is perfect.
So,
you are being reinvented, and at the same time you're talking to me, so it's all good. What's your question today?
My question is, I have all kinds of different opportunities with doing affiliate marketing, and I'm not quite certain how to best take advantage of those opportunities. And so I was going to ask a little bit about that, because affiliate marketing is, I'm not necessarily having to do the work. So that's, it's money just coming to me.
Explain that to me.
What
makes you believe you don't have to do the work?
Well, no, it's that I don't have to do the physical work of whatever the opportunity is. So
the product's already built.
The product's built, or somebody else is producing it and for the client potentially.
Yeah, so they'll fulfill it.
They're fulfilling. I don't have to do any of the fulfillment. It's like if I can get the advertising out there properly and figure out how to make that work, then it doesn't have a lot of touch points for me necessarily.
Yep. So back to it. You were asking about affiliate marketing. Now I understand that the ease of it is that, number one, you don't have to create the product and you don't have to fulfill the sale.
Exactly.
The question I have for you, and this is a really good question about affiliate marketing, because Marshall Silver Live is an affiliate marketing program.
Yeah.
Obviously, you tell somebody about it, you call in, you get $100. They call in, they get $100, you get 20. So it's an affiliate marketing program. And the thing about an affiliate marketing program is it's got to be easily understood. That's why this show is going to explode. Guaranteed. I know it. I've seen this before. We did it in 2013. It's about to explode because it's easy to understand. So whatever affiliate marketing opportunity you have, that's the first thing that I would say. It's got to be easy to understand. The second thing that I would tell anybody that's interested in affiliate marketing is you've got to figure out how to eat chicken while you're hunting elephants. What do I mean by that? You got to figure out how to create instantaneous cash flow right now while you're also working on the big projects that might be passive income or residual income or much larger payouts. So when you start doing that, what happens is you start generating that passive income that you're seeking. But you got to eat chicken while you're hunting elephants. So generally speaking, inside the mix, no matter what you're doing, if you're working with multiple companies or you're working with one company, you want to have things that pay off instantly. You want to have things that could pay off short term. And then you want to also make sure, though, that you're investing your time into projects that not only pay residual income, also will end up paying larger checks, or the elephants that I'm talking about.
Yes.
Tell me, what is the biggest weakness you think you have? Because as an affiliate marketer, you need to have lists. I know because you're a bookkeeper, you're a financial advisor, you have a lot of businesses as clients already. And one of the things that you and I have talked about prior to getting on the show at Inner Circle and at Turning Point is you've got to figure out how to solve their needs. So if I'm bringing you my accounting, if I'm bringing you my finances and you're helping, tax plan and all the things that go into that, you know where the bodies are buried. You know how much cash flow I have. You know what's going on for me. So if it were me and I were you, and I've said this to you repeatedly, I would not look anywhere else for customers other than my existing database. I would say, how do I better serve the people that I'm already serving? The people that I'm already doing the books for or financial planning for, how do I take those people and, as an example, because you're level 10, get them to Inner Circle? Getting them to Inner Circle is a gift. From there, selling them insurance products, selling them R&D credits, as we do at Dreams, selling them any of the business services that are available, it becomes easy. Why? Because you have the relationship.
Okay.
Right now, you have a distanced relationship. I couldn't even tell you what my CPA looks like. If he walked into the if he walked into the room right now and I saw his face, I couldn't tell you who that was. I've never seen his face, and he's been my CPA for over 20 years.
Okay.
I don't know what he looks like. So that relationship is at a distance. That's my point. What you want to do is take all those distant relationships of people you might not even know what their faces look like, and you want to say, hey, I wanted to say thank you. Transition's going on where I was working. I'm not out of that office anymore, but I wanted to say thank you for letting me serve you during this time. I've got $2,000-$3,000 tickets for you to join me. That's essential. You've got to be there at the event with them. Join me at an event called Turning Point that can grow your business, change your life. And normally the tickets are $3,000 a piece. I'm going to give you 2 tickets worth $6,000 just for being my client. Okay. So what you want to do, even as an affiliate marketer, and I think sometimes people miss the mark on affiliate marketing because they think I'm just going to blast the universe, I'm going to make money. No, it's the same as any business. You've got to develop your relationships with those people, and there's no better way to develop a relationship than to put flesh on flesh, shake hands, give hugs, see them in person, take them to lunch, bring them to Turning Point.
Okay.
Was that useful to you?
Yes, it was.
What do you suppose is, I love you so much. What do you suppose is the biggest challenge you have in your life right now? Making up your mind would be the first one.
That would be one of them. Yes. Also, I think one of them is having the courage to step out and do what you're saying to do.
That's it, isn't it? It's confidence.
Confidence, yeah.
Yeah, because you're this brilliant human being. We both know that. You've got massive skill sets. You're certainly a hard worker. And I would agree that the number one thing for you is to get even more comfortable in your own skin. Know that you are a gift to the planet, and that by not stepping up your game, not making the phone calls, not inviting people to Turning Point or inviting people to learn about R&D credits or insurance products or any of the affiliate offers that you're making, you not doing that is harming the very people that you say you care about and love. So, yes, I would say that's the number one thing for you to do. And your mantra of the day needs to be boldness is rewarded. Not baldness. Boldness is rewarded, although baldness has its benefits as well.
For women,
sure.
it's not such the great thing, but
No, well, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some ladies with shaved heads that I thought were sexy, but you get my point. My point is, yes, you need to be more bold. You need to be more clear about what you want. You need to be more clear about what your outcome is. You need to have more fortitude. You need to be more aggressive. The challenge for you is your idea of being more aggressive isn't aggressive at all, yet it feels out of control to you. Mm-hmm. Your level of aggression would be my level of just being moderately assertive.
Yep,
A
probably.
fish doesn't know it's in water. They don't always know how much you can do. And if you believe in what you're selling, you have a moral and ethical obligation to sell it. And that's where you need to come from in any affiliate program. Don't sell anything you don't believe in. Don't refer one person to Turning Point unless it's changed your life, which obviously it has. You're here right now. Don't sell anybody an insurance program or talk to anybody about R&D credits unless you've applied for R&D credits yourself, or whether you use the products that you sell yourself. So I want you today, Sylvia, to let today be the turning point for you. Be the day that changes everything. Be the day that you say, you know what? I'm doing the world a favor. I'm going to tell them about what I do. I'm going to make 10 calls every single day on my checklist, 10 cold calls every single day to past clients, to invite them to Turning Point, to invite them to a lunch meeting, to schedule an appointment, to let me tell them about R&D credits and so much more.
Okay.
Boldness is rewarded.
Sounds good.
You are totally loved. $100 for you.
Thank you.
$100 for you. Send some people to Turning Point. I want to write you some big checks. I'm Marshall Silver. Take care, Sylvia. You are totally loved. What a fun show we've had. Thanks again to our guest, Deb Cole. She's amazing. Thanks so much to Sterling Silver, my executive producer, and everybody else, Jeremy and Adam, who contributed to making our first show with a guest on it be so amazing. AIChillified.com is where you find out more about Deb Cole and all the services that she has to offer you about AI. Silver.com is where you find out about me. If you were one of the callers and you're going to be joining me at Turning Point, 1-800-92-POWER is the office number you can call there. And if you just stumbled upon us on social media, the way to get more information and to register so that you too can call in and make $100 each and every day, Monday through Friday, is MarshallSilverLive.com. Go to the site, register your account. It'll give you access to get on the air. And more than that, it will give you your affiliate links so that you can post every single day on social media. Tell everybody about the show. When they call in, they make $100. You get $20 when they call in. And if you're a part of my inner circle family, like Sylvia Johnston is, when you refer somebody that also comes to Turning Point, you're also going to make 25% commission on anything else they invest in their education. So it's a full-time living. It's a full-time hustle. It could make you strong 6 figures simply by tuning into my show every day and referring people to our programs. I'm Marshall Silver. We'll be back tomorrow live, and I'm not really sure what I want to talk about tomorrow. I'll let you. Do you know what I'm going to talk about? Me either. So we'll find out tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 10 a.m. I'll see you there. God bless.